Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a DIY locking tool at home for your Microlocs. Now, when I first started with my Microlocs, I started using this crochet hook with the latch. Now, this worked out perfect for me when I started the back of my hair because the back of my hair is densely packed. I have lots of hair there. As I started to move to the crown of my head, whereby I've got like really thin hair and the hair there is quite fine, I started to have problems with this latch. The latch and the hook kept catching onto my hair and it started hurting. And I just started to have lots of problems. So I started to research on the internet and I found quite a few tools. There was the Locs tool. There was also the London locking tool. I think that's what it's called. But all of these locking tools, personally, I feel are quite expensive. They all range between £10 to £30. And I didn't want to pay that much. However, I found that I could make a DIY tool at home. So I'm going to give that a go. The first thing you need really is to get some plastic yarn needles. You can get this I got this from my local craft shop. The shop is called Hobbycraft. I paid £1.70 for this. So this is probably just over $2. I'm not going to be using this latching hook. I just wanted to show you what I started with. I got a screwdriver, which I'm going to be using to widen the eye of the yarn needle. And the screwdriver has got different fittings. So I'm going to be rotating through different fittings to help me get the desired effect on the yarn needle. And also, I'm going to be needing a knife. Now, please be careful with this knife at home because I'm going to be needing to shorten the length of the locking tool. So I'm going to be making two. I'll make a short one and I'll also make a longer one. So this is going to be the longer one. I'll be widening the hole on this. I can have a bigger loop to put the hair through. I'm going to take a screwdriver with this and then I'll put that in there. And literally, I'm going to try and force it through the hole there. Okay. And I'm just going to start rotating. Okay, so what I'm also going to do is this diameter is smaller than the upper diameter of the screwdriver. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and push the eye of the yarning needle to the part of the screwdriver that has a wider diameter. So let's see if I can achieve this without actually breaking the yarn needle. Okay, this is proving to be a bit difficult. So I'm going to swap this for another one. Okay, before I do that, I'm just going to make a quick comparison. So already you can see that the one on the right is starting to look a lot bigger than the one on the left. Okay, so I'm going to take another fitting, swap it. Okay. So make sure you're careful. There you go. So I was going to say that just make sure you're careful when you're doing this because you don't want to hurt yourself or anything. There you go. And let's just compare. See? That's a massive improvement. So my hair should be able to go through this easy, no problem. And if I have any issues while I'm making my hair, say for instance, this plastic relaxes, well, it looks as though that the plastic might be able to relax a little bit. All I'm going to have to do is I'm just going to take this, stick it back in, widen it, roll it a bit more. See, it's passing through the bigger diameter. So roll it up a little bit. That's it. Okay. I'm going to do exactly the same thing on the second one. I realized that I don't actually need the end bit of my screwdriver, so I'm just going to use this bit here and just pass it through. If you notice, I'm using the blunt end of the screwdriver bit. So just try and avoid hurting yourself by making sure that you don't use something that's probably sharp at the tip, because then you can easily puncture your finger and hurt yourself. If you hurt yourself, please, it wasn't me. Okay, so already I've expanded this a little bit. So this should be wide enough now for the second. There you go. So when you compare it to the second one, see? No matter, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, no matter how big your Locs is, it should be able to pass through this hole here. So the hole is big enough. It's wide enough. There you go. I've got the two locking tools here. Okay, so now I'm going to shorten one of these locking tools, because now I'm calling it locking tool, because obviously it's no longer a yarning needle, it's now a locking tool. So I'm going to get a pair of scissors and I'm going to cut one. Okay, so here's the scissors I'm going to be using. I'm going to go about midway and I'm just going to give it a snip. Okay, that was relatively easy. I don't want to keep the end like this because it's just a little bit round. I want it a little bit pointed. So if you see the difference between these two, this is a little bit pointed, but not extremely sharp like a needle. So I'm just going to try and chamfer off the edge of the locking tool. And with that, I'm going to be using a knife. Okay, so I'm just going to slowly do that. Just scrape it off. Scrape, 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 scrape. Okay, so now I'm just gonna get my little scissors and I'm gonna just, there's some edges left, so I'm just gonna see. And there you go, see? All done. If you compare this edge to this edge, more or less the same. And also, if you compare these two, it's not more or less the same. So there you have it. Your DIY locking tool is complete. So what I plan is I might have to interswap this locking tools. So depending on how I feel, I might choose to use the long one and then swap it for the short one, or just stick to the short one or stick to the long one. But I do have a lot of flexibility now in terms of what locking tool I have, and I don't have to deal with this horrible latch that keeps catching my hair, and it was so painful. I really couldn't deal with it. And that's one of the reasons why I haven't finished locking my hair even about 10 days after starting, because I just could not stand in using this latch hook anymore and I had to do something about it. So I hope in the next 2 to 3 days I can complete my locks and I can share with you guys what the finished locks look like. If you've enjoyed watching this video, make sure you subscribe to watch my lock journey. I'm not going to be showing my locks today because I haven't finished, but once I finish, I promise to share with you guys. It's all part of the journey, guys. If you start with something that doesn't work for you, there's no harm in reassessing your situation and going back to look for something that works better. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you've liked it, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe and follow my journey. Thank you so much. Bye for now.